I would totally recommend it, you know, just to try it out. Just to try it out. That's so hilariously stupid. And for how stupid it looks, it feels surprisingly good. I'm using right hand for gas, and left hand is for steering, you see? And I'm already steering. I hope you can see it now. I'm going left. Slow down a little bit. Got hit from the back, and still didn't jump out completely. Right now, it just looks so much better than it used to look. And what I want to show you is, like, you see the granular control of my steering. Like, I want to go a little bit to the left, I go to the right, I go left, right, really smooth. Look at my steering wheel, you see it, right? Okay, we'll go around, and we didn't get caught up in this mess. The very quick fix for Grid Legends on Quest 2 would be you adjust video settings, as in resolution from 75 to 125 and refresh rate from 72 to 60, vehicle reflection disabled, and you save it. Then you go to gameplay, you turn off weather, and you save it. And that's the first fix for video. Second fix for controls. You go to controls, and then in controls, you set right Oculus Touch controller and left Oculus Touch controller. You set them both to motion control. You set load device preset, and you load motion control preset. You choose it, and you save it. Same for the left Oculus Touch controller. You click it, you load device preset, you choose motion control preset, which is second, and you save it. Then, it's already working, so right in this menu you can already click grid button and twist it left and right, and it will be a perfect analog input, really precise, really nice. After it's already switched to motion, edit device, advanced input, and you also put 73. So it's really comfortable, it's really precise, it's more precise than a gamepad input. I'll stick to that anyway. I feel like myself, I still have more control over this input than I would with a gamepad. So I would even go that far as saying that, of course, the best way to playing racing sim games is to play it with a wheel, but if you don't have a wheel, I would say this is the next best thing. Hello everyone! Before we had two problems with Grid Legends. On release, it had really bad graphic settings, basically. I would say it looked so bad that it was quite unplayable. And second thing is that the control scheme, it didn't have any motion control whatsoever. Grid Legends, how to make it actually work properly? We go to options. We go to video settings. And in the video settings, it used to be 75%. It used to be 75%, and it used to be 72 Hz. Instead, I'm cranking it all the way up to 125% resolution, and refresh rate, as you can see, refresh rate, I make it 60 Hz. And after you change something, you should make sure you click apply, X on your left controller, X. It will say, are you sure you want to accept it? Settings will revert. Right now I will not accept it, because I don't want to change it, but you definitely want to change it. And vehicle reflections, I also disabled it, just to save a little bit more horsepower. So, video options, resolution 125, refresh rate 60 Hz, vehicle reflections disabled. 60 Hz would make it way more smooth, because it will be consistent 60 Hz, consistent 60 FPS, not like 72 it goes on and off. So we click save, we go back, then we go to, I think, gameplay. In gameplay, we turn off weather. It used to be on, right now I turned it off. And this will also save a little bit of energy for us, just because I think without weather it gives boost to performance and it looks even a little bit better, up to you. The rest of the settings are optional, like I cranked up difficulty a little bit, I made damage level full, terminal damage, yes, I also enabled it. AI difficulty I put to maximum because without it, it was too easy, and right now I'm actually struggling. And also ABS, traction control, stability control, I put it 111. But all these difficulty settings, that's highly optional, so you try the game, you see how it works for you, if you don't like it, you change it. And here I also disabled, minimap was disabled. I think I disabled race positions, I disabled names. Where are the names? Basically I disabled as much as possible. Maybe I will want to disable, yeah, proximity arrows. I could keep them, but let's try to disable them actually. So as you can see, I disabled it, I clicked X and they were disabled. Yeah, this will help me to keep it more consistent without putting random tags in my face. And I think there was one more very important setting. Controls page. We adjusted video settings to keep it more consistent, and now we'll go to control page, and I will show you that actually, if you didn't know, you could make it so your left and right controller would be motion steering devices. To activate it first, you will go inside. I think you click, not even edit device, no, it's not edit. You click load device preset. It used to be right Oculus Touch controller, but instead right now I want you to choose right Oculus Touch controller motion control. And this is where the magic is at. You choose it for left controller. Don't forget, after you choose it, you save it on the left controller X button. And then for the left Oculus Touch controller, you also click it. You don't do edit device, you do load device preset. And you choose Oculus Touch controller motion control for the left controller as well. Yes, you choose override, whatever. Then you coming back to this main menu, you choose save, and then I suggest you edit it a little bit. So now after you applied everything and it's already motion touch, you go edit device, and in advanced input, it was 50, steering sensitivity 50, and steering linearity it was 4. So I put steering sensitivity to 70 and steering linearity for 3. And you change values here, and same way, click apply X, you just click X and save it. Right now I don't save anything because I don't want it to be changed. And then you go same way to left controller, after it's already switched to motion, edit device, advanced input, and you also put 73. Right now you can actually test it. You click grip button on your left controller, and as you can see over there on the top, my steering changes, right? So I'm resting my hand here, I'm clicking left grip button, it shows left grip button, left, right, left, right, left, right. Right now, it basically imitates that as if I would have an invisible steering wheel, right? And I would just hold both controllers, and even if I would have something to hold on to, it would still work, like steer right, steer left, steer right, steer left. And this works so good. Maybe I could show you a comparison. And now I go steer left, left, unbind, and steer right, like this. And I save it, I click apply X, wait for saving to be finished. Okay, it's saved. I go up, and now I can either steer on left and right. So you see, right, my right controller is here. Left, right, left, right. Right now I'm just using right stick. So I'm using right stick and it steers, but it's way less precise. You see, like, to me it feels like the control is definitely not that granular. So most likely when I'm playing I will be like doing inputs like this. Whereas with my left hand, I can do really tiny steering. Hold it, and then turn a bit to the right, and then turn a bit to the left, and it's just comfortable. So this granularity of motion, like for me to do it on a right stick, I need to really concentrate, and it's still not as smooth. Most likely I'll just do like 0-1 digital inputs like this to control, but when I control steering by motion control on my left trigger, on my left controller, it's just so much better. Don't look at the way I race, because I'm not a good racer in general, but I just want you to look at the control scheme. So right now I have two things to demonstrate to you. I'm not sure if I will be able to capture the footage of the video from the Oculus properly, because it might struggle, it might lag, it might have some artifacts of the footage. So just believe me that 125% resolution looks so much better. Okay, the game begins. We start the race. We skip it. So right now I'm inside my cockpit, and I'm using right hand for gas and left hand is for steering, you see? And I'm already steering. I hope you can see it now. I'm going left, slow down a little bit, got hit from the back, and still didn't jump out completely. Going to the right, slowing down a little bit. So once again, don't look at the way I'm racing, because I'm not a good racer. My racing game is Need for Speed Underground 1, you know, or Need for Speed Hot Pursuit, so I'm not a racer. Plus, these guys' difficulty, I cranked it up. What I want to show you is that, I don't know if you will see it on a bigger screen, but in-game, right now, it just looks so much better than it used to look. And what I want to show you is, like, you see the granular control of my steering. Like, I want to go a little bit to the left, I go to the right, I go left, right, really smooth. Look at my steering wheel, you see it, right? Okay, we'll go around, and we didn't get caught up in this mess. Slow down a little bit. Oh shit, that was too much, okay. But yeah, and right now I'll try to do the next circle on my right stick. And, oh my god, it's just... So... The downside of riding on the right stick, I wouldn't say it's bad, really. Like, it's playable. It's definitely playable. When I play only on right stick, right? I'm not doing my steering with my left hand right now. Like, it's playable, but I remember what pushed me away from it was how... First of all, I'm playing VR game, right? And when I'm playing VR game, I want to use my motion controls, otherwise it feels less VR to me, less immersion. And second, it's actually not too bad with the stick as well. But still, with the stick, it's more jerky, definitely, like left and right. And if I want to do a faster motion, it's just... I remember that I felt even a little bit dizzy when I just began playing, and I played on right stick, and it didn't feel like I'm controlling the car really. So one more circle on the right stick. Yeah, it's playable, I agree. It is playable. But these jerky movements on, like, okay, to the right and to the left, a bit to the right, a bit to the left, it's like... It's just not as smooth, as in, okay, let's finish this circle, and new circle, I'll start with a wheel again. And once again, don't pay attention to how I'm racing just because I'm not a racer at all. So, like, ignore my performance, pay attention to the way the car is being controlled. Okay. When is the finish line already? Not yet? Oh shit. Okay, let's fall back a little bit. Around here I was hit. Okay, let me go to the finish line. And now I'll switch back to my wheel. So, grip button, let's go. Oh, it's just so much better. So much more control over the car. So much more granular. You see, like, look at my steering wheel right now. It doesn't go left and right like crazy, you know? It only goes crazy when I need it to go crazy. Like to counter steer, for example. And like doing these fine movements is just so much better. Yeah, and like this, I'm actually playing a VR game, you know, I'm enjoying it. So like, if you want to, if I would have something to hold on to, I could even imitate having a bigger wheel. Because that's what I'm doing now. I'm doing it in a circular motion. And since I do put my controller left and right, okay, hit a little bit, counter steer. Yeah, it's just so enjoyable. Like when I play it with motion controller, first I control the car much better. Even though it's not too bad on a right or left stick as well, it's not bad. But with the motion control, it's just so much smoother. And I hope you can see it. Like, going straight, a little bit to the right, you see, a little bit to the left. Such a tiny motion, which I wouldn't be able to properly do on a left stick or right stick, doesn't matter. And of course this is not a sim game. It's like still an arcade-ish game, but it pretends to be a sim racer for us arcadey people. And I think it does it wonderfully here. Like, to me, it does feel like a serious racing game. Plus, I do have my analog input. I don't have a steering wheel, so real one. So this actually feels better. I wouldn't mind playing on my PC all these sim racing games with a motion controller input like this. Just because I have so much more control over it than I have even over on a good gamepad, for example. Okay, am I last? I'm 20th. That's disgusting. That's just disgusting. I tried racing in Dubai in real life. Not on the city streets though. That was on Dubai racing track. That was a lot of fun. And once again, I'm using my, as you can see, steering wheel. I grabbed it. And if at some point I feel like I need to re-grab it, I just let my hand go and grab it again. And it works. It works quite nice. Shit, what the hell is happening here? Even if they bump me, they shouldn't absolutely destroy me. I re-grabbed the wheel right now a little bit, for example, to have more motion. Oh, whoa, 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 okay. That's something I need to learn, apparently, how to ride properly. I bet this game would look wonderfully on Quest 3, and I would totally suggest to developers of the game, whenever you launch the game for the first time, to have a clear option. Like, do you choose this game to be motion controlled, or you choose it to be steered with just left stick or right stick? Because when I saw this random post on Reddit which said like, yeah, you can have motion controls, this post described what exactly you should do, and when I was doing it, it was still not obvious. Like, I spent quite a lot of time to realize that you go inside, first you load your control scheme, switching to motion controllers, then you click save, and you need to wait until it saves on the left bottom corner, otherwise it's not a saved one. Like, otherwise it doesn't save, so you need to wait until it's saved. Then you go inside and you already click edit preset, and only after you edit it, like, that becomes really nice and smooth experience. And your car will be going exactly the way you want it to go. But without it, that was just like, what am I doing? Why am I playing VR game with a gamepad, you know? Because for me, I also got PC, and then in that case, I would just much rather prefer to play any real, big, nice graphics sim racing game on my PC with a gamepad, if I would want it to play on gamepad, just because these motion controls are not as good as a proper gamepad, right? In terms of just controller input. But I don't have this native option on using my motion controls as a steering wheel on my PC games. Maybe I do through some mods and whatnot, but out of the box, not really. And that's why when I discovered this option here, for me it was like, whoa, I want to play this game for hours. I'm actually not sure if on Sony PlayStation, if Gran Turismo, what is it, 7, 8? If their new Gran Turismo VR game, if it has motion controller input. Because if it doesn't, and if you need to play there only on DualSense, that's just such a lost opportunity, you know? Like, you'll just be playing it on gamepad, struggling with the same not absolutely smooth input on a gamepad, without even realizing that it's a problem. Because as soon as you try this motion control thing, you'll just see what I'm talking about, you know? Whoever is watching it, I totally think that if you had Grid Legends, or you thought about getting it at some point, but you watched some reviews, you tried it out yourself, it looked disgusting and it didn't control as a proper VR game, and you just discarded it, I absolutely recommend you to try it out once again. Just because, do yourself a favor, crank up this resolution to 125, put 60 Hz as a refresh rate, switch both left and right controllers to the motion control mode in settings, and you're going to have not a beautiful game, of course, but a pretty good looking game. I want to restart, they're just so much fun. So yeah, you know, like, I'm sitting in this cockpit, I'm steering my wheel. If I really want to, I could even imitate that, like, it's my hand holding this wheel. And even though I don't see my hands, it feels quite good. I would even say that I like this input of driving a car for VR games so much that I would happily play any other VR game with cars with this input. Especially if it's a game sensitive to driving. For example, if there would be a GTA San Andreas, for example, or some VR mod for existing game. For VR mod, it would be so good. For example, Cyberpunk VR mod. If I would be able to drive a car in Cyberpunk like this, with analog input, holding left grid button to steer anything. And another thing is that I can comfortably play like this for hours and hours, just because, exactly, I don't need to hold my hand out like this, you know? I don't need to do it, because like this, my hand would be tired after like 8-10 minutes or so. And I think that's the problem of games like Bomb Labs, for example, where to drive a car, if you decide to do it in a real way, in a realistic way, to have this analog input, you need to raise your... oh shit, contra steering. Oh, almost worked out. You need to really raise it out. And it's just uncomfortable for a long time, you'll get tired. But here, I can rest this hand on my armchair armrest, and very casually tilt it left and right. There is very little of this like motion jitter, just because my hand is actually resting. So it's really comfortable, it's really precise, it's more precise than a gamepad input, I'll stick to that anyway. I feel like myself, I still have more control over this input than I would with a gamepad. So I would even go that far as saying that, of course, the best way to playing racing sim games is to play it with a wheel. But if you don't have a wheel, I would say this is the next best thing. And you see, like, right now my left hand is twisted. I grip it again a little bit, or preparing for the turn right. I can re-grip it, so to say. Right now turning left, re-gripped it. And my hand is always in a comfortable position, no matter how... oof! Oh, whoa, okay, that was a bit too much. Of course I lost, but that doesn't matter. Come on, turn around. Yeah, good fun. Feels great. feels great, plays great, and I just think that developers did a great job putting this game into a helmet. They definitely had a poor launch, not offering this scaling settings from the get-go. They should have done it better for sure. Oh, and another thing. I just wanted to say that for me, I did try some racing games before on PC VR, but I didn't play them much, just because it wasn't interesting for me to steer with a gamepad or keyboard, right? Like, keyboard of course not fun, but even gamepad wasn't that fun for me. So I don't have a racing wheel, so I didn't play them much. For this game, it clicked, just because here I do have my motion control racing wheel, basically, and it's nice and comfortable, convenient, and very precise to play. And also, when I wanted to say that when I play this in VR, the perception of the road is still extremely good in this game. Like, even if the road looks like some really shitty texture, and the cars in front look like they just ride on rails or whatever, you know, but actually, like, when you ride it, all the camera shakes, all the motions, you can feel, for example, when the road from the smooth it becomes, it goes on tiles, or when you go into the curb, you have this like slight head bump, you know, like here right now, boom, and I feel it, and it makes me to realize that, like, oh, my rear right wheel is jumped on a curb now, and I really need to be sensitive, like, careful with my gas control, otherwise I may steer out, for example. Or, for example, right now, this guy hit me in the back. Oh shit, again and again they do it, right? And I understand what happened, I understand where it came from, and I understand it way better than I would on a flat screen, just because here I do have this, like, just in general feeling of motion, you know? That's just amazing. I love it. Oh, another small thing is that if you're really into it and you want to immerse yourself a little bit more, if you play on a swivel chair, if you turn yourself, well, like with your feet, a little bit left and right when you're turning, like just a tiny bit, probably you can see on the video that I'm not turning much, right? Like a little bit to the left right now, a little bit to the right, come on, like to the left. It does feel interesting, because your brain, you're turning left, like right now for example, I'm turning left, and my brain feels this impulse not only in game, but also in real life. And it sells me this experience even more, you know? Like usually if I would be playing with a keyboard, I wouldn't be turning myself on a chair or something. With a gamepad I would, but I never did it before. But here in VR, it actually makes sense. It's like slight turn to the right, I'm turning to the right, and my body's like, whoa, 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 I can feel it. We're drifting hard. That's just a lot of fun. Of course, right now I got distracted and I'm not really playing and my car is already destroyed. But that doesn't matter. Nothing matters as long as you're having fun, you know? And I'm having a lot of fun here. The damage model in this game, maybe someone will say that it's simplified or something, maybe it is simplified, but it's still there, and I definitely feel when my car drives differently, behaves differently. Also, I would say that what's amazing in this title is that I can actually feel that each car is different, even racing tracks are different, even like skiing, sliding conditions are different, and that just feels so good. It's like, this is slippery road, this is not, this is bumpy, here I should be more careful. Yeah, I just cannot turn left already, my car is destroyed. And I hope it was helpful, because I tried to find this information in the form of a video which would show everything, how it's done and how it feels, and I didn't. So I hope I helped you, and enjoy your VR racing, because that's definitely worth it. Grid Legends is probably one of the biggest Quest 2 standalone discoveries for me in 2023. Well, here I am again, with yet another beautiful idea. You want a steering wheel? You got your steering wheel. For the sake of science, I took my little son's bicycle. I hooked controller with just a pair of zip ties. And to make it work, I'm gonna be pressing this grip button on the right controller to imitate me holding the wheel. And basically, I'm gonna play. So this is my first try. Let's try it out. No idea how good or bad it will be, but I hope it will work out. Oh, shit. Shit. Okay, no, it's not gonna work out. And now it works. You see? I'm in settings. And it works. It's so stupid, but it works. Let's go. Yeah, I'm sitting on the floor in my house right now, that's right. So stupid. I love it. Innovation, right? Can you call it innovation? We'll call it so. Steering wheel for your Grid Legends. Out of child bicycle. Let's go. I'm holding it, and I'm steering it. You see? You see? I'm steering it, right? Oh my god. Slow down a little bit. Wait. Counter steer. A little bit uncomfortable that, like, I cannot fully grab it with my left hand, just because, oh, I actually can do something like this. Let's try it. Maybe it will work. Shit. Oh! I released the grip button. My bad. Usually I'm controlling the steering wheel with my left hand, so my hand is already... What happened? I'm the last one. Okay. Let's try again, and let's do better this time. I'm surprised that tracking works quite alright, actually, for now. So, if I let go the gas button, it's this button. Okay, now we're steering. A little bit of drifting. This is surprisingly fun. It's so stupid, but it's surprisingly fun. The game struggles. This is apparently quite heavy map. Like, too many cars are right now on the racing track. So I do have a little bit of visual stutters just because I'm recording at the same time. Slow down a little bit. Come on. Okay. No, that's not good. Come on. I don't want to be eliminated. Yeah, that's good. Well, it works. I would say it's definitely not the best way probably to play this game, even though it's not the worst. I would still say that stick is less fun. Less fun, that's for sure. And if somehow you can make a proper, like, racing wheel set for yourself like this... Shit. Okay, let me roll back a little bit. Racing wheel set for yourself where you would be able to comfortably hook these controllers. I would say someone should sell these, you know? Like, comfortable ones where you can stick it in and it would be a solid wheelbase for a very low price, like, I don't know, 50 bucks or something. To play Grid Legends. Maybe even pedals. I'm eliminated. Come on, this is bullshit. So yeah, as you can see, I'm definitely operating much worse than I was with my steering thing. But man, that's fun. Also here I have this problem of, since it's freaking bicycle, right? I cannot just spin it completely, so I'm limited. And even though I'm so limited, it's still a lot of fun. Okay, let's go. I'm grabbing my racing wheel. And here we go. Okay, a little bit of slowdown. Nice. I'm not the last one already, that's good. Don't forget I made it in like 3 minutes, just to find a couple zip ties and hook them up to the bicycle. Also, the bicycle... Oh shit. Yeah, the road is really bumpy on this map. You can even visually see it, but also you can definitely feel it. Shit. Right now, like, this bicycle jumps every time I'm trying to push anything, anyhow meaningfully. Plus, it's apparently a rain map or something, it's quite slippery. I did turn off the weather effects, but somehow the road is quite slippery. Come on. No, this is bad. Oh, this is insane. This is just so stupid that it becomes great, you know? When something is stupid, but it's perfectly stupid, it becomes great. Perfection over stupidity, so to say. That's what we are witnessing right there. Slow down. Can I? Wrench is a little bit not enough with this childhood bike racing wheel. Come on. And now I need to change the grip a little bit, just because I went too far. Okay. But yeah, like, surprisingly, it is a wheel, right? It is fixed, and I steer it not only with one hand, but with two hands. Also, if I would take a bigger diameter, I would guess it would help. Okay, it's not me who's eliminated, that's nice. Shit. God damn it. Yeah, it's not the perfect solution for sure. But it just shows that it's possible. And originally when I just had this idea, I was like, no way it would work, you know? And here we go. It works. In my childhood, I was imagining I had a game, like I was like, what, 4 or 5 year old probably. And one of my favorite games was to imagine that I'm a bus driver. And in my bed, in front of my bed, instead of a pillow, I would just stick a big axis with a bicycle wheel on it. Which would be basically my steering wheel. And here I am, decades later, playing with a bicycle wheel, but right now it's in VR. I think that tells something about consistency, so to say. Oh, that's hilarious. I would totally recommend it, you know, just to try it out. That's so hilariously stupid. And for how stupid it looks, it feels surprisingly good. Once again, as I said, it doesn't feel that comfortable as just steering it with one hand motion controls, just because it's not a proper wheel. I'm steering it, it jumps up and down. I'm still not used to like the ways to hold it properly, and sometimes I forget to hold grip button to imitate my hand holding it. But one way or another, if it's properly set, that's gonna be great. So yeah, guys, cheers to you all. Thank you for watching it. I had a lot of fun making this. Tell me, how's your experience with Grid Legends? Tell me if you had any luck doing any contraptions for steering, or if you were able to connect actual racing wheels to your Quest 2 standalone version. And yeah, see you in the next one. Cheers. Bye-bye.